Imagine a world where electricity is free, cars run without fuel, and communication travels instantly across the globe. This wasn't science fiction. This was the vision of one man, Nikola Tesla. But what if I told you that many of Tesla's groundbreaking inventions were deliberately ignored, locked away, or simply forgotten? Today, we uncover the inventions that could have completely changed our world. If only they had been allowed to exist. Tesla's dream of free energy. Nikola Tesla believed that energy should be limitless and free for all humanity. This belief was the driving force behind his most ambitious project, the Wardenclyffe Tower. Construction on the massive 187-foot tower began in Long Island, New York, in 1901. It was designed to be the first station in a world wireless system, capable of transmitting electricity through the air and the earth itself, making it available to anyone on the planet. This incredible invention could have ended our reliance on coal, oil, and gas, offering a clean, inexhaustible source of power to the entire globe. But the project was funded by the powerful financier J.P. Morgan, who famously grew skeptical of the project. The popular legend says that when Morgan realized there was no way to put a meter on free energy, he pulled his support. With its funding cut, the magnificent tower was eventually demolished in 1917, and the dream of free, wireless power vanished with it. Wireless power transmission. Long before the Wardenclyffe Tower, Tesla had already proven that wireless energy was possible. In 1899, he set up an experimental station in Colorado Springs to conduct large-scale experiments on transmitting power without wires. In his high-altitude lab, he built the largest Tesla coil ever made and generated spectacular man-made lightning bolts. More importantly, he succeeded in lighting vacuum tubes and incandescent light bulbs planted in the ground from a distance. Without any physical connection, he proved that the Earth itself could be used as a massive electrical conductor. Imagine a world without the endless web of power grids and tangled wires, just clean, abundant energy transmitted silently through the air. Today, our modern wireless charging technology is only just scratching the surface of what Tesla demonstrated was possible over a century ago, the earthquake machine. In the 1890s, Tesla developed a small, deceptively simple mechanical oscillator. He understood that every object has a natural resonant frequency, and by applying perfectly timed vibrations, he could create powerful, uncontrolled shaking. This device became famously known as Tesla's earthquake machine. The most well-known story takes place at his New York laboratory. As the legend goes, Tesla attached the small device to a steel beam in his building and began to tune the frequency. Soon, the entire building began to tremble and shake violently, creating a panic on the street below as people thought an earthquake was hitting Manhattan. Just before police could storm his lab, Tesla reportedly grabbed a sledgehammer and destroyed the device, ending the experiment instantly. He later admitted that the device was too dangerous to exist. While the story may be exaggerated, it highlights the terrifying potential of resonance of force that could be used for construction or for warfare. Wireless communication and the internet before its time. While the Wardenclyffe Tower was intended for wireless power, it was also designed as a global hub for wireless communication. In the year 1900, Tesla essentially described the modern internet, Inventions, a world wireless system that could transmit messages, voice, stock, quotes, and even images, instantly across the globe. He spoke of a future where an inexpensive device, no bigger than a watch, could allow anyone to receive information from anywhere, on sea or land. Had his system been supported and fully realized, it could have brought about the age of global, instantaneous communication and, perhaps even the internet itself, a full 50 years earlier than it actually arrived. The flying machine. Tesla also dreamed of taking to the skies. He sketched out designs and, in 1928, received his final patent for a revolutionary type of aircraft. It was a vertical takeoff and landing VTOL machine that he called a helicopter plane. The design resembled what we might now call a drone or a modern VTOL jet. His concept involved a propeller and wing system that would lift the craft vertically like a helicopter, then tilt 90 degrees to fly horizontally like an airplane. He even imagined powering it electrically from a distance. Imagine if the world had seen personal flying vehicles a century ago. While his machine was never built due to a lack of funding, Tesla firmly believed it was the future of transportation, the death ray. In the 1930s, as the world teetered on the brink of another war, Tesla claimed to have invented a powerful directed energy weapon that could end all conflict. The press sensationalized it as a death ray, but Tesla called it Teleforce. He described it as a particle beam weapon capable of shooting concentrated streams of particles at incredible speeds. Tesla claimed the beam was powerful enough to destroy a fleet of 10,000 airplanes from hundreds of miles away. His goal was not conquest, but a perfect defense. He believed that if every country had this weapon, it would create an impenetrable wall of energy, making invasion impossible and war futile. Governments dismissed his idea as fantastical, but after his death, many of his notes and papers were seized by the U.S. government. Some historians believe that modern laser and microwave weapons can trace their conceptual origins back to Tesla's lost work, remote control. In 1898, at a packed exhibition in Madison Square Garden, Nikola Tesla gave the world one of its first and most stunning demonstrations of automation. In the middle of an indoor pond, a small iron-hulled boat moved as if by magic, stopping, turning, and flashing its lights, all on command. The audience was bewildered, shouting out suggestions of telepathy or even witchcraft. What they were actually seeing was the birth of remote control. Tesla stood at the edge of the pond holding a small box with levers, commanding the boat using radio waves. He called his invention a teleautomaton, and it was the world's first ever remote-controlled vehicle. Today, remote-control technology is in everything from our TVs and drones to military robots. But it was Tesla who invented and demonstrated the principle first: electric cars. In 1931, long before the modern era of electric vehicles, a story circulated that Tesla had already perfected one. In 1931, Tesla allegedly modified a Pirsaro luxury car, removing its gasoline engine and replacing it with a unique electric motor. According to eyewitness reports, the car was powered by a mysterious black box that received energy from the air, requiring no gasoline or charging. It was said to have reached speeds of up to 90 miles per hour during a week-long test. After the demonstration, the device and the technology were never seen again. Some believe the story is a fabrication, while others are convinced the technology was suppressed by powerful oil and automotive industries that felt threatened by the prospect of a car that ran on free energy. Nikola Tesla died alone in 1943, in a small New York hotel room, his papers seized by the government. He gave us alternating current, radio, and countless other breakthroughs. Yet his greatest ideas, free energy, wireless power, flying machines, even early visions of the internet, were left to gather dust. What if we had listened to Tesla? What if we had supported his vision instead of burying it? Maybe today we'd live in a world without pollution, without energy wars, and without limits. Nikola Tesla wasn't just an inventor. He was a man ahead of his time. And maybe still ahead of ours.